Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing happens just for the sake of it in politics. For those who have been keenly following the politics of this country, there is one gentleman called Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi is playing a key role in shaping the 2022 politics. But some weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, Gideon Moi was nowhere. He was missing in action. And Kenyans started asking why Gideon Moi was missing in action. Then news started emerging that William Ruto and Gideon Moi were actually in talks. Then after that, Gideon Moi emerged again, took control of Kalonzo Musyoka and delivered him to Azimio la Umoja. The truth of the matter is that the deputy president made attempts to convince Gideon Moi to support his bid. But Gideon Moi refused. So news are now emerging that the deputy president is actually keen on convincing the Moi family to support his bid. But Gideon Moi is reluctant. So the deputy president is willing to work with other members of the Moi family. So the question which Kenyans are asking, why would the deputy president reach out to Moi family at this point in time? In this video, I want us to look at this latest development. But before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two. Click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to the main issue. The truth of the matter is that Gideon Moi might not command the larger Rift Valley politics. But Gideon Moi is playing a crucial role for President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga as far as the 2022 politics is concerned. But I want to take you back a bit for those who follow politics in this country. Before the last general election, that is 2017, all parties which formed Jubilee Coalition merged to form one big political party called Jubilee Party. The only party which refused to merge was KANU. Then the deputy president decided that he was going to punish Gideon Moi. He sponsored a candidate against Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi emerged victorious. Then after that election, we had the handshake. That handshake took place in March of 2018. And it changed the politics of this country completely. It took place in March. In April, the same year, March 2018, in April now, the same year, the former president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, was sick and was taken to Israel, for those who remember. When he was discharged back into the country, so many politicians started visiting Moi. Raila Odinga, accompanied by his close allies, also visited Moi in that same April. Immediately he came back. Raila Odinga's visit to Moi, in my view, was meant to send a message to Kenyans. That meeting, in my view, is actually what is shaping the politics today.
This is Senator George Khaniri. Yes. From the Senator Bob Bihiga.
Yeah.
George Khaniri.
Your Excellency.
Yeah.
So much. So Sajad. Nasir. Nasir mzee. Oh, sorry.
Very late.
Yes.
Yes.
Come.
What it means by unity.
Yes.
Once you touch one,
Yes.
you can easily split.
Yes.
And you build a mountain.
Yes.
No problem.
Exactly. See, they didn't understand. They are misunderstanding this.
Yeah.
Because all of them are looking at 2022.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them, let us first now bring the country together.
Yeah.
Because it unites the country. And speak with one voice as one
Very
people.
good. Yes.
But
The unity from Uhuru and you and so on.
yes.
That's the best for the country.
Exactly.
It can be built properly.
Yes.
Then a week later, after Raila Odinga had visited Moi, another delegation of senators led by Ken Lusaka, James Orengo, I think Oparanya was also there. I remember Oparanya used to work for Moi. Susan Kihika was there. I remember there was the governor for Baringo, Kiptis was there. This team also decided to go and visit Moi. But something took place. They could not meet Moi. Gideon Moi blocked them. So the question was, why would Gideon Moi block this team? Gideon Moi blocked them because there was the presence of Lusaka, there was the presence of Kihika, and then there was the presence of Kiptis. So the truth is, Gideon Moi did not want anything to do with William Samoei Arap Ruto. I'm giving you this background because I want us to look at why Ruto would actually go ahead and reach out to Moi family. Then that happened. We are still in April. In May the same year, William Ruto and his brigades also decided to go to Kabarak to pay Moi a visit. Because if anything, William Ruto's politics was shaped under Moi. But they fell out. So when the deputy president went there, he was actually blocked. I'm going to put links to my analysis those times about these visits below this video. So Gideon Moi blocked William Ruto from accessing Moi. That was in May. Then again, it went there like that. Then around a week later, there was this funeral of the former Baringo South Member of Parliament, the late Grace Kipchoim. Kipchoim was someone who grew up and was educated by Moi. She was actually elected on Kano ticket. So Gideon Moi was there, William Ruto was there, and I remember so well, William Ruto went there to show his might.
No, unajua Gideon wewe ni rafiki yangu sana. Hata nilikuja nikakusaidia Kericho, angalau tulizama tukienda kuomba ile kura ya Senate, na wewe ndio ulifanya tukazama. Nikakwambia tupange hivi ukakataa. Sasa hivi wachana na hii kitu.
Biblia inasema asiyekubali kuongozwa hawezi ongoza. Let us all accept tuongozwe na watu wengine, ndio siku nyingine sisi pia tuweze tukapata nafasi ya kuongoza.
Hii kelele kidogo, unaona naibu wa rais, usijibu mtu yeyote. Sisi tutangangana na wao, wewe focus mbele, 2022 kura ni yako.
Leo nimekuja kuzika huyu mama. Huyu mama alisomeshwa na baba yangu. Sikukuja kusumuza mambo ya siasa leo.
Chagueni hizi tume vizuri, mtupatie moja.
Mungu ashasikia, ndio nasikia mkisema ndume wawili, sisi tunatambua ndume mmoja peke yake.
Basi mimi kama nabii Kangata, kama fikira yangu 2022 ni Ruto.
Sema 2022 sijui, lakini uchaguzi utakaokuja sisi watu wa Kiambu tunachagua William Ruto. Mungu.
We are very focused. Our vision is still very focused. We are unstoppable, and 2022 tunasema tuko nyuma ya His Excellency the Deputy President.
He was accompanied by who was who in Jubilee at that time to that event, especially from the larger Mount Kenya region, just to send a message that the mountain has decided that it was going to be William Ruto. So by, we had just come out of election. We are already in May, and William Ruto is already campaigning by that time. So Gideon Moi did not take it lightly. The Moi family were not happy. So they decided, the Moi family, that for them and Ruto, it's done. They'll pursue their own interest. You remember when the former president died, they actually endorsed Gideon Moi as the spokesperson of the family, political spokesperson. But William Ruto is now reaching out to specific family members, not Gideon Moi, who was publicly named as the spokesperson of the family or the political leader of the family. So the question is, why would William Ruto show interest in working with the Moi family at this time? Or even Gideon Moi? Because I'm sure if Gideon Moi were to say yes today, William Ruto would unveil him the next day. Why? Number one, I think the deputy president has realized that the former president, Daniel Arap Moi, has support. Moi was the president of the Republic of Kenya for 24 good years. He entrenched himself. He has his support base. So those support base are still intact. Most of them are going with Gideon Moi to KANU and whichever party Gideon Moi is headed to. So the deputy president would want a situation where those people who used to support KANU or are still supporting KANU because of the former president can still support him because he's also with some members of the Moi family. I think that's the main reason why the deputy president is actually reaching out to the Moi family. Otherwise, in my view, the deputy president has managed to conquer Rift Valley. Therefore, he really doesn't need the Moi family. But because of KANU network, because of the support Moi used to enjoy, that support base, Moi has people who are billionaires in this country because of him. So these are the people William Ruto is targeting. Whether they're 100,000 or 200,000, he's targeting them. Number two, politics is a perceptual game. If William Ruto were to get an endorsement from one of the Moi family members, let's say June Moi, let's say Philip Moi, let's say you are to get endorsement from other family members of the Moi family, that would be huge for him. It will send a signal to Rift Valley that Moi is finally with their son. So I tend to think that William Ruto strategically is also just looking at the endorsement of the family. Remember, in the last election, Jubilee government decided to go to Odinga family and picked a gentleman called Omondi Odinga and moved around with him, telling Kenyans to support Uhuru Ruto. There's a psychological benefit to that. So I think Ruto is keen on having one of the Moi family, because there's this perception that Moi died very bitter with Ruto. So if he can get endorsement, that kind of stories can actually die. Number three, I think Ruto is also keen on isolating Gideon Moi from the Moi family. The truth of the matter is that Gideon Moi doesn't have time for Ruto. But again, in politics, you can't rule out anything. There's a possibility that that same Gideon Moi can work with William Ruto in future or even before the elections. But as things stand today, Gideon Moi declined those moves. So William Ruto is trying to isolate him. If, for example, he can get 1 or 2 family members of Moi to endorse his bid, basically, if he will manage to get, let's say, majority, then Gideon Moi will be isolated. And maybe, I'm also trying to look at it, that maybe that's why Gideon Moi decided to go and contest in Baringo again, because Ruto is keen on isolating him. Number 4, I also tend to think that it's about Rift Valley politics. You know, politics is a game of perception. If the big families, like a former president, is not with you, and the family is highly regarded in Rift Valley. In fact, someone was telling me that in Rift Valley, there are places they still believe that Moi is the president. So for the sake of Rift Valley politics, I think William Ruto is keen on bringing in the Moi family so that they don't really, you know, someone like Gideon Moi has money, which means they can use that money to disrupt you, even if you win, but they disrupt you. You look at what's happening in Eldoret, in Nandi, where there are independent candidates here, they are giving William Ruto a headache. If those guys will win, they'll be credited to Gideon. But the truth of the matter is that for the purposes of Rift Valley politics, William Ruto would want to move together with the team. And lastly, politics is a perceptional game. That's something I say here every single day. If Moi family were to support Ruto, good for him. Just like now, you see the Moi family supporting Raila, for example. Kenyatta family supporting Raila. Kibaki family, I'm also aware, supporting Raila Odinga. Then perceptionally, you do conclude that that's where the presidency is headed. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.